What's going on, guys? Chad here, and I'm hoping that you're having a great Saturday so far. We are going to talk about GLP-1s today. I'm going to talk about some things as far as what I've been doing here lately, and I'm going to take questions and I'm going to give the best answers that I can. So, welcome to the channel. If you're not a subscriber and you enjoy content on GLP-1s, like Mounjaro, semaglutide, that type of stuff, you are in the right place. Again, my name is Chad Boney, and I am your host today. And today we're going to talk about a few things as far as what's been on the news. And I've talked about this a little bit recently on my channel. We're going to talk about dementia, how it is affected by these GLP-1s. We're going to talk about Parkinson's disease, and we're going to also talk about the greatest results so far when it comes to people with type 2 diabetes and heart failure with semaglutide. So make sure you stay around to the end because we're going to get into this. Again, as I said, if you are joining this live stream, even if you're re-watching it later, go ahead and drop a comment below. I'd like to help you out, answer the best I can, any questions. A little about myself. I've been on Mounjaro for a year and a couple of months. I got on it right after they started sharing it here in the US. I was introduced to it about 2 weeks after it was released and public, and just been history ever since. And so I've got videos on my channel about things that I've done while I've been on these GLP-1s. Like I was on Victoza before. I got on Ozempic for about a month. Then I went to Mounjaro, and it just blew my mind. My A1C has just dramatically dropped. My weight has dramatically dropped, as you could probably see on my channel. If you've watched it, I've got a video, a compilation of photos coming from 300 pounds down to 194, 195 pounds. And so I've kind of rested about 200 pounds right now where I'm at. So right now I'm just more focused on trying to put more muscle on since I've lost so much weight. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But as far as my A1C, it went down from 11 down to 5.3, and it's kind of just averaging around about 6.1, 6.2, somewhere around there. So really, really happy with it. Really, really excited to see the awesome things that's coming out with these GLP-1s like Ozempic. You could see that if you follow the news that there's studies going on that is helping with obviously we know weight loss, we know diabetes, but they've talked about that it's actually being studied right now to help out with addictions. People that are addicted. We talked about this last Saturday, and if you haven't checked out the live stream from last Saturday, you can go back and check it out. But I will say, with that said, this is the second main live stream that we've done. I'm still trying to get things together as far as the studio, trying to get the live streams better for you, and I'm hoping that each time we do these, they get better. With that said, we talked last week about addictions. You know, I've been on addiction support groups trying to help people with addictions. I've had addictions before, but this is supposed to help with the lobe in your brain that produces endorphins. So when you have an addiction and you act on that addiction, endorphins are put off, and it just kind of gives you a high and makes you want to continue to do it. Well, semaglutide has been shown to reduce those endorphins, which ultimately leads to a reduce in addiction. So that's a cool study. And another one is also heart failure. You know, we talked about this too. You have people that have heart conditions like, you know, heart attacks and strokes and just heart failure in general. Semaglutide has been proven and shown, and it's continuously being studied in cases to show how it helps with people with heart failure, especially people with type 2 diabetes like myself. But in the recent news, it is shown that it has helped with Parkinson's disease. I have a friend that has Parkinson's disease, very young guy. He's probably about 42 years old. And it's just a sad deal to see these people that are struggling with Parkinson's disease and stuff like that, because especially when they're younger, having to go out throughout life with kids, having those tremors and just how it affects your whole life. And so it's pretty nice to know that this can help. But also in recent news, it's shown that they've had the greatest results, they say, with semaglutide when it comes to heart failure with type 2 diabetes. And from what I understand, doing the research, it's a grade from like 0 to 100 when it comes to heart failure, and it has reduced um, the points down like 17. So it's actually made it a lot better and easier for people that do have heart problems. If you have problems breathing, just things that come along with heart failure. I know my dad has heart problems, and it's kind of nice to know that not only is semaglutide being used for weight loss and obesity, but also diabetes and heart failure. And now they're talking about Alzheimer's, they're talking about dementia, they're talking about Parkinson's disease. It's absolutely amazing. And it's crazy to think what the future holds with these medications. And as I said last Saturday, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. We do these broadcasts every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. So if you know anybody that would be interested in checking out these live streams, go ahead and invite them over. I'd love to have them here. Again, my name is Chad. I am your host. I am the guy on this channel who talks about GLP-1s. I have been on Mounjaro almost for 14, 15 months now. I've had a lot of crazy experiences with this. I've had a lot of side effects, and I've combated a lot of side effects and have done things to help and found things that have helped along the way. You have a lot of GI problems. A lot of people ask, well, I just don't know how to combat the GI problems. Well, that is on my channel. I have videos that will help you because I've been through them, and I've had these situations come up. A lot of people have said that semaglutide can lead to suicidal thoughts. I have not personally had suicidal thoughts, but that does not mean to say that it's not a thing, because obviously people do struggle with mental health, and it may have something to do with this drug as far as enhancing that. I don't know. I can't speak for experience, but I do know that since I've been on this drug, it has absolutely helped me out a lot. It has changed my life. If it has changed your life, I would love to know. I would love for you to drop it in the comments. Tell me exactly as far as what has Mounjaro done for you, and what exactly are you doing with the Mounjaro? Are you just taking the drug just to lose weight? Are you taking the drug because the doctor prescribed it to you for your diabetes? I would love to know as far as, why you're taking it. And also, if you're taking it, I would love to know exactly what it's doing for you. Has your A1C dropped? Has your weight dropped? There's a lot of people that has said that they've had this medication that they've been using for quite a while, and they just have not been able to lose any weight off of it. So again, I would say to go back and reference a video that I did back several months ago, where we talked about weight loss. And there may be a chance where you may be taking this medication and you have not lost any weight. For me, and I'll say it again, I've referenced it in my videos before, but for me personally, I have been taking it for the 14 months I said, but for the first, I don't know, several months until I got to about 12.5, I wasn't really losing any weight. My A1C did great, but as far as my weight, it just it didn't do anything. So just going to welcome Grace upon Grace. Tara, welcome. Glad to have you on here. And so anyways, we're going to talk about how this last week they said that a study found that 2.4 milligram weekly dosages of semaglutide sold as Wegovy for weight loss led to an improvement, as I said, 17 points on a 100-point scale that used to that's used to assess symptoms of a condition known as heart failure with preserved ejection fraction. The diabetes and weight loss drug semaglutide significantly reduced symptoms and improved quality of life in people with obesity and the most common form of heart failure in a clinical trial, potentially expanding the already widely popular drugs used beyond diabetes and weight loss and offering a new treatment option where few are available. The study of 529 patients funded by drug maker Novo Nordisk found that a 2.4 milligram weekly dose of semaglutide sold as Wegovy for weight loss led to an improvement of 17 points on a 100-point scale that used to assess symptoms of a condition, as I just said, heart failure. And so it was compared to a placebo, which had 9 points improvement. And it was studied by a New England Journal of Medicine. So with that said, in real terms, what it means is the difference Wegovy made and helped with heart failure it caused less shortness of breath, fatigue, trouble exerting themselves, and swelling, as well as better exercise function and quality of life, all part of a scale known as the Kansas City Myopathy. I can't talk today, sorry. Questionnaire clinical summary score. So with all that said, basically, it has really, really helped with people that have heart failure. If you have heart issues, you might want to ask your doctor about this medication because it could absolutely help you. So today I'm going to talk about a sponsor of this channel. And if you have weight loss issues, as far as you're obese, you're looking for weight loss drugs like semaglutide, tirzepatide, but you cannot get any because it's too much money. Maybe your insurance won't cover it. Maybe you just don't have the money to pay for it when you want to go get the Ozempic, or I guess you wouldn't be getting Ozempic if you are obese and non-diabetic. But if you're trying to get Wegovy, or if you're trying to get tirzepatide, other known as Mounjaro, they do have compound pharmacies around. And one that I'm going to talk about today is one that is in Kansas City, and it's called Health Innovations. They also help with weight loss as far as giving you a plan on how to lose the weight and ways to do it. They kind of tailor it around your lifestyle. So you can go to healthinnovationsks.com to get more information. And so I'll drop it down in the description below as well. So with that said, we're going to continue to talk these GLP-1s. So brain targeting drugs similar to Ozempic shows promise in Parkinson's disease. The new dual agonist drug DA5-CH has shown promising results in Parkinson's disease trials, outperforming diabetes drugs like semaglutide in a rat model by mitigating symptoms and inflammation and protecting neurons. Goes on to say semaglutide and DA5-CH offer new therapeutic possibilities for Parkinson's disease. So if you have Parkinson's disease, you might want to check this drug out. It demonstrates superior effectiveness compared to semaglutide in reducing PD, Parkinson's disease symptoms, and enhancing brain function in rodent model. Both compounds have the potential to alleviate motor symptoms, increase dopamine production, mitigate inflammation, and manage insulin resistance in Parkinson's disease. Again, this is brain targeting drug similar to Ozempic, and it's called DA5-CH. So it's pretty nice to know. Also, you guys know that the semaglutide is a powerful drug for weight loss and for diabetes, but also I want to also talk about, and this was mentioned the other day, so I wanted to mention it today in the live stream. If you are pregnant, you should not be taking semaglutide. you should not be taking tirzepatide because it's not a good thing for you when you are pregnant. It says first and foremost, according to the FDA, research from animal studies has found that semaglutide poses risks to fetuses, including fetal death, birth defects, and growth issues. Moreover, studies are limited at this time, and the medication hasn't been tested on all humans during pregnancy. Secondly, because semaglutide can cause meaningful weight loss, it's not recommended that expectant parents take it. Losing significant weight during pregnancy is associated with trust source babies who are born smaller than average, and it can pose health risks to both the pregnant parent and the fetus. So, if you are pregnant, you should not be taking semaglutide or tirzepatide or probably any of these GLP-1s because they will be working against what you're trying to do, and that is make a nice, healthy baby. So, with that said, guys, I'm going to do something today on the live stream, and I'm going to start doing it. I've been on 15 milligrams for a while now, and I just recently was able to get back on the 15 milligrams. And so today I'm going to take one of my shots. So I'm going to take my Mounjaro 15 milligrams. I finally was able to get back on it a couple of weeks ago. This would be my second shot. I did go to the 1 milligram. Sorry, 1 milligram. I did go down to the 12.5 because I could not find the 15 milligrams. So when I did go down to 12.5, I thought, you have these thoughts like, what is it going to do if I've been on 15 milligrams this long? Is it going to be as potent? Is it going to be as strong as the 15 milligrams? And turns out that it did really, really well. I did go down to 12.5 and notice right when I took it that my appetite was suppressed. Obviously I took it for a month because I had, the 4 vials before I was able to find the 15 milligrams again. But the 12.5, it worked really, really well. It was able to continue to keep up with my appetite suppressant and no weight loss or anything like that. So I was really, really happy about that. So I'm going to take my shot at the end of this broadcast. I'm going to show you how I do it. I know I've done a video before how to do it, but I'm going to break it down for you guys, how I do it as far as where I do it and that type of stuff. A lot of people, they are kind of worried about taking these shots. Should I take one? As far as giving myself a shot. I'm kind of worried about the shot. I know I was talking to somebody the other day about the Freestyle Libre. If you take a Freestyle Libre, drop in the comment below because I'd like to know, how does that work for you? I've had several of them and they've just been junk for me. I did have like 2 before I quit taking them and they actually did all right. I started putting them on my chest. I put one like right here and I'd alternate each side every month. Whenever I took it off, I had the Freestyle Libre 3 and it did all right. It didn't mess up as much as when I had it on my arm for whatever reason. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to it. I do know that there was times where I had the Freestyle Libre on my arm and I'd walk through a door jam in the hot summer and I'd be sweating and it'd come right off. Or if I'd be outside, start sweating, it would just be so much easier just to fall off. And so, but when I started putting it on my chest, never had any issues and never had any compression readings as far as, laying on my chest. So with that said, I stopped taking the Freestyle Libre. And the reason why is because my A1C has been so good. And, my blood sugars normally run fine. So I don't have to worry about, do I have to check my blood sugar every day? There was a time in my life where I always had to check my A1C to kind of test to see how these medications are working. And I take it, I got to a point where I was so just overly just checking it all the time. I started checking it in the mornings. I check it about 30 minutes later. Sometimes I check it 15 minutes later, and I just keep checking it. And it almost became like an obsession of checking it all the time because I wanted to see how good this medication worked. But when your A1C is so good and your blood sugars are always good, you get to the point where every now and then you might want to check it, but you don't necessarily have to do it all the time. And so if you are kind of where I'm at, you've had good A1C, you've had good blood sugars, you haven't had any issues recently with your blood sugars, I would say save your money. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, it's a good thing if you have the money. You want to keep a sensor. If it's working for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, just get rid of the Freestyle Libre. It sucks to me. Um, it's kind of it's a hit and miss, and that's the thing. If you have something that works consistent, great. It's great value to you. If you have something that you just can't really rely on and can't count on, I don't know why in the world you want to spend, 40 to $100, whatever it is you pay, on one of the Freestyle Libres that don't even work. So with that said, I ended up just grabbing my old handy dandy little meter and just started checking it myself. Now, with that said, as you can see, this is a Freestyle Precision Neo meter. Now, this is, it's made by Freestyle, just like the Libras. But this one is just the manual one that you would just poke your finger, and I use it every now and then. Like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I have really, really low blood sugars. I can feel it sometimes. You just know that feeling when you've been a diabetic long enough. You know the feeling when your blood sugar is dropping, and in the middle of the night I'll wake up and I'll check in, and sure enough, it's down to like 60 or sometimes 55, which is really, really low. I've had it even lower than that before, but with that said, I just don't want to waste my money anymore on buying these Freestyle Libras that I could take that money and spend it on something else. With that said, I'm going to show you something cool that I have. 15 milligrams Mounjaro. Really exciting to have this back. I have a friend on here. You may know him. I'm going to give a shout out to him. His name is David Knapp. He is the man on the pen. The man on the pen. Man on the Mounjaro. And one thing that he likes to talk about is this guy right here. He is the king. He has been elusive, but he is back. And with that said, today I am going to give myself an injection. Now, in videos in the past where I've talked about is I would do them always in my leg. I would kind of do my thigh area, and I would alternate every day or every week. Sorry. I would alternate every week, and it did fine. I'd kind of pull my skin up a little bit, poke it. I did take a medication before called Victoza, and the thing I love about Mounjaro, and the same thing as far as when it comes to Wegovy, Ozempic, it's nice to only have to give yourself one shot a week. Now, if you give yourself a shot twice in 1 week, now I want to clarify when I say this because I've had people on my channel wonder why you would give yourself 2 shots in 1 week and how would you afford that with insurance? No, get this straight. What I mean by that is you can take this twice a week as long as it's 3 days apart. So what I mean by that is, say you take it today and you forget the exact time you took it and you take it again in 3 days from now, it's going to be okay. I would definitely not recommend taking 2 like you're trying to double up on this medication. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you take this twice in 1 week because you may have forgotten or you just want to go ahead and take it to kind of stay ahead of the game as far as a day or 2, that is completely healthy and okay and fine according to Mounjaro. Sorry, Eli Lilly, not Mounjaro. According to them, they said that as long as you take it within 3 days, you are okay. So with that said, I'm going to give myself a shot today. I'm going to do it actually in my arm. I did used to take Victoza, which was a daily one, and I did not like it. Didn't do very much for me. It was one that I'd have to take every day, and my stomach and I started having knots in my stomach. So if you've ever had that, listen, if you've ever had knots in your stomach from taking these shots or any shots, drop it in the comments below because I have, and I've had bruising, and I've had swelling, and that is why I do not like giving myself shots in the stomach because I just if I'm gonna have a little lump under my skin, I would rather have it on my thigh than on my stomach. So with that said, I'm gonna take this King Manjaro 15 milligrams, and I'm gonna inject it in my arm. It's like this. And as you can hear, successfully done. Manjaro 15 milligrams, guys. It is an awesome thing for me. It is working wonders. I'm still happy to have it. I would not change anything. Going back, 14 months ago, my life was completely changed coming from Florida. I had a horrible neuropathy in my feet and my legs and just miserable. Couldn't find any shoes. I started thinking maybe it's my shoes. I need to find some really good shoes that would help my feet. And nothing worked. And it was just neuropathy from having these high blood sugars. And if you do have neuropathy, there are things out there that do legitimately help. Obviously, there is prescriptive medication when it comes to nerve pain, like there's gabapentin and stuff like that. But there are natural ones out there too, and I do have them in my descriptions as far as what vitamins that I do recommend. If you go to Amazon.com/shop/Chad Boney, you'll find all the things that I recommend, and I'll put it in the description below as well. But like vitamins, there are several different vitamins that I would say that you definitely need to be looking into as far as when you are on a GLP-1. Vitamins like vitamin D, vitamin B12, magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids. A lot of times you have uh, issues and you need the anti-inflammatory stuff to help as far as when it helps with lipid metabolisms and all that type of stuff. And then coenzyme Q10 is really, really good for your heart. Um, it basically helps with your free radicals and that stuff like that. So I would definitely be on a really good multivitamin as well, because when you are on one of these GLP-1s, you might not be eating right. Obviously, number one key is eating a healthy diet. You don't want to just rely on a shot, to completely change your life and, be lazy or anything like that. You want to at least try to make a difference. Use this medication to help you get out of the hole you're in. Start working out, even if it's just a little a day. I'm going to be looking into this treadmill that actually folds up and you just sit on the ground and you just walk, on top of it. It's nothing huge. You can put it under your bed. I'm going to get one of those and I'm going to review it because I know a lot of people, their legs hurt, they can't go out walking, they can't really work out. But maybe if there's something that, we can pull out from under our bed or have in the corner of our room where we can just go stand on it, and just walk a little bit, every little bit of that exercise actually does make a big difference, when you add it up throughout the week. Maybe cutting back a little bit. This medication will curb your appetite for the most part. As far as when you get up to the higher dosages like this, it really does start working. It really does. Sometimes, you kind of miss all the food that you wanted to eat before and you just can't do it anymore. And also, when you use that medication and you eat a good diet, it's so much more easier to have your self-esteem lifted up. Your confidence. You want to start working on the other parts of your life, other health issues. Are you getting enough sleep at night? Making sure that you have all the right vitamins and minerals you need to make your body and your life just more optimal. You want to do the things you want to do. I want to be able to spend time with my kids I want to be around for my grandkids. I want to live a healthy life. And, man, I fall short so many times, and I know we all do. But the point and key is to work hard and try to better ourselves physically. And this stuff should help, once you start getting your body physically sound and healthy, you start having better mental, health as far as, thinking about, man, my life is doing better. I'm in a better place physically. I'm in a better place emotionally. They say that working out is a good way to release, stress. If you're stressed out in life, go work out, go do something simple. You don't have to do anything huge. You can just little at a time, little at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So, with that said, guys, if you have any questions, uh, you know, drop a comment below. Even if you're not on the live stream and you're watching this video later, I'd like to answer any questions that you have. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I would love to have you be a part of this channel. Again, I'm here to help you by giving you information, what I've learned studying about these GLP-1s, specifically Mounjaro, tirzepatide, because that's what I'm on. But GLPs in general, we talk about Ozempic, we're going to talk about Wegovy, Semaglutide, and the new things coming out, Ratatrutide, that's coming out, a new medication coming out from Eli Lilly, and it's supposed to be really, really good. If you think Mounjaro is good, this one's going to be way, way better. It's just better in where we're at, like Mounjaro right here. This has just been a great thing, adding that GIP to it for the receptor, the whole GLP slowing down your digestion and stuff. But when they added that GIP, it really made a big difference in a lot of people, having that dual acting, mimicking hormones. And so I'm excited to see what the future holds. I hope you are too. And I hope that we can get there together. We can share our life stories on this channel, share our failures, share our successes. This channel is really to help you guys out and share what I know, and you guys share what you know, and we just share with the community. And again, I appreciate you guys for coming by, checking out the live stream today. I will be doing these every Saturday at 11 o'clock. And as I said before, these streams will get better. I am having some technical issues with the computer and stuff, trying to learn how some of this stuff works, the technology and all that good stuff. So it will get there, guys. So hang in there. Give me some grace. Give me some mercy. Hopefully the channel has been helpful for you. Again, if you are looking for certain types of vitamins, minerals, or things like that, that is going to help you with your health as far as optimizing it and helping give you the things that you're losing and missing out on, make sure that you check out the description below, because I'm going to drop some links and you can go anywhere. These are links to Amazon, because I know Amazon is pretty fairly priced, but I love taking advantage of the free trial, or not free trial, but the free Prime shipping next day most of the time. So anyways, guys, thanks a lot so much for checking out the live stream today, and make sure you stay tuned, because I got more videos coming up on different things that you are going to be very, very interested in. So I will see you next Saturday at 11 o'clock. We'll see you guys.